Let's get straight into things. Let's not mess around, eh? Have I spelled that right?
People are telling me some nasty things about my picture.
Really? What are they saying? I don't believe you. You look beautiful.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You wouldn't do anything bad.
No, God, no. Absolutely not. I think you look wonderful. You always will do. And you look as beautiful as ever. Just like you did in SNF 3 or 4, whenever that picture was taken. Alright then. Alright, okay. Hello there and welcome. You're watching Co Will Never Die 3. This is game 1 of the final. And I'm at 10 seconds. My co-caster Aimstrong is at 10 seconds. We are counting down in 3, 2, 1, play. We're watching Nagano in the south as Wehrmacht. Who have you got in the north there, Aimstrong?
That's NoLuckyStrike playing as the Americans.
And tell us something about NoLuckyStrike, if you will.
Well, I had the displeasure to run into this guy a few weeks ago, and he profoundly beat me on this very map.
Oh,
so,
that is brutal. I remember I watched that live on your stream, actually. It wasn't pretty. So what are his strengths?
Sorry, what?
What are his strengths as a player?
Well, he has a pretty decent micro, so I'm sure that Nogano will have a run for his money.
Oh, look at that as well. A lovely whisper there. NoLuckyStrike. Thanks for the Chaos for hosting the tournament. Thanks for the casters and viewers. Yeah, thanks, guys. That's awesome. That they're speaking to us from the recent past. Obviously, this is a replay system, but it's nice of them to say that. And Co2 sucks, by the way.
Oi. Shots fired.
Yeah, Co1 Master Race represent. And Aimstrong's here as well, and he is definitely a Co1 Master Race player that has played a lot of Co2 for money.
And pleasure.
And pleasure, there you go. Alleged pleasure. And so we were talking about NoLuckyStrike. He's got a lot of good micro, but what do we know about Nagano in the south, the Russian?
I know that Nogano is overall a very, very good player in both Company of Heroes 1 and Company of Heroes 2, and he definitely has good micro as well. I'd actually call him the favorite of this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see if NoLuckyStrike can take that title away from him here.
I think NoLuckyStrike's going to have the match of his life today on the fields of Stursdorf, or the industrial hotbed of Stursdorf, because Nagano is a monster. He's the Russian heavyweight champion. He's a beast. He's won 1v1 and 2v2 tournaments in both Co1 and Co2 in the past 2 years. He's been involved in a lot. So Aimstrong, what have we seen on the battlefield so far?
We're seeing a classic rifleman and a Volksgrenadier engagement here, and some second rifleman coming up as well with the folks. The rifles were a bit late. I think NoLuckyStrike might be nervous.
Might be nervous, fair enough. So we think he's possibly a little bit trepidatious. He's fearful of the Russian beast. And he's just trying to work his way around the map at the moment, trying to get into the loving safety of the grease guns of the engineers and get away a little bit. In the middle, he's having a little bit better luck. He's found a pioneer out in the open.
We're actually seeing we might see a bait here on the eastern side. Nogano just put down a mine.
Nice.
Close to the +16 fuel.
Classic mine area. Go on.
And some stalling here on the western side.
Now, when I watched NoLuckyStrike versus you, he actually dodged all of these mines in the centre of this road. Now, it'd be interesting to see if... I don't know if it was by luck or RNG. We're now about to learn. It was definitely luck. I thought he did some kind of amazing strategy against you, and he managed to dodge all of those mines, but no, it was, yeah.
It really hurt my soul back then.
You had the
tilt was real.
Oh, God, I could just imagine. It was possibly some of the worst RNG I've seen in at least the last week. MG42 is setting up. Go on.
MG42 coming up. Those riflemen are going to be stuck behind that car.
So we are aware that our viewer count is up against people like Helping Hands, etc. If you want to get the word out about Co1, that the final of this tournament that's been going on for the past 2 months is happening right now. Tell all your Steam buddies. Tell anybody else in the Twitch streams you think would rather be watching this. Get the word out and get the viewers up for this amazing series we're going to be watching today. NoLuckyStrike versus Nagano.
Two of the greatest Company of Heroes 1 players. in the present.
Indeed. How many, we've got the build of the Wehrmacht currently, Aimstrong is 3 Focus Grenadiers, 1 MG, no sniper. What have we seen from the US players so far?
A standard 2 engineer, 4 riflemen opening here actually, but I've noticed that NoLuckyStrike has been delaying the riflemen a bit, and I think that's because he's a bit nervous.
Well, Nogano's been able to push up in the west now and start to occupy the Stursdorf Wehrmacht cube, with the barbed wire stopping the flanking routes. It's all going to be about the centre now. And what are we seeing in the centre there, Aimstrong?
2 engineers moving up, one with a flamer. They're gonna beat those Focus Grenadiers, I think. There's not really anything that can help them reinforce.
What are your predictions for doctrine choice in this game?
I'm expecting infantry from NoLuckyStrike, as always. But he did go armor company against me here.
He did actually, yeah. So he does occasionally throw in a wild card, you know, and maybe our Terror player, sorry, Wehrmacht player, could throw in a bit of a wild card blitz. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, with 3 folks, that's a bit heavy tier 1. We might see a tier 1, tier 3 opener.
Maybe. We've also got a second MG out from Nogano. He's really wanting to solidify his forces in the centre. It feels like he's been pressurised a little bit. And to be honest, he's also going to have to get minesweepers up on one of these Pioneers very shortly, because there's a lot of mines in the centre. It'll be difficult to push up.
Yeah, lots of mines from both players. We got Bas now from the American. NoLuckyStrike is probably going to push, but Nogano is sitting pretty well in his territory.
Excellent. So an early bar push. Doesn't that usually leave you open to a Puma counter?
Yeah, exactly. And on Stursdorf there's a lot of fuel.
There's a hell of a lot of fuel.
Engineers running into a mine and planting a mine right on top of the crater.
This is Company of Heroes 1, where you run into a mine and you plant a mine as you die.
There's no better minesweeper than a face.
Indeed, says Aimstrong, who always gets flamethrowers on every engineer squad because he doesn't like to use minesweepers.
Ah, that's up to debate, my friend.
Oh, that's just what you did in SNF, I always remember. SNF 3 champion, weren't you? 4 champion?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Was it 3? Yeah, it was.
No, Fireball Alias 1-3. Come on, a long time. You've got it tattooed on your face. I met you in real life.
True. Also got it on my more noble parts.
Oh, noble indeed, as we've got bars pushing into the west now, avoiding all the mines seemingly. MG's not in perfect position. What have you seen?
MG's gonna get flanked in the left, but Nogano's gonna push and try and take the right.
And also,
right
minesweepers sweeping the mines as you'd expect. The board rifle waiting for this MG. Tricky spot here.
We've had some good unit preservation from NoLuckyStrike. He has a lot of resources.
Now, usually when Ami Politsai Funk comes into my chats during a cast, I would sometimes give him a shout out, maybe give him a shout out. However, this is Company of Heroes 1, and Ami Politsai Funk is the godfather of Company of Heroes 1 competitive activity. He's in the chat, everybody. Give him a warm welcome. The granddaddy of CoH1 competitive, everybody.
Nice to see you here, Ami. I hope you're well. And now the mines have been sweet with faces on the left side.
The Aimstrong way.
The proper way. We're seeing a motor pool coming up in anticipation of a quick tier 3 from Nogano. Have you seen any teching from him?
Yes, we've had assault phase completed. He has indeed gone for that tier 3 we expected him to go. He wants to punish the Browning automatic rifles. He's going to punish the Browning automatics. It's just a matter of if NoLuckyStrike will strike Lucky and be able to develop a counter. Quick question.
Greyhound being built.
Oh, Greyhound from the base. Nice. Yep. We can see the sparks flying. It's a feature sorely lacking in Code 2. It may be added to be able to see what's being built, or if something's being built, rather. We've had a question chat, by the way. We've had dancers and stuff. Aimstrong, what would you have done different in your match against NoLuckyStrike?
Oh, There's a lot of stuff I would have done different, but first of all, I would have played a slower game against him because I ended up just going in over my head. I couldn't keep up with him. This old man, he just can't keep up with the youngsters anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a 16-year-old nearly beat you in GCS, didn't he? He was rank 100 in the world at the time.
We're losing territory.
That was some series,
Let's not
though.
go into details.
Yes, no. Let's not be. Let's be vague. Vagueness is best. So let's have an overview of the overall tactical map right now. We do have Triple Cap temporarily was in action. The bigger picture, though, is now the M8 is fully engaged. It's got its upgrades and it's ready to tango.
And there's no counter on the field other than the many mines right now. Something is being built in the strong memory, but we're seeing a push from NoLuckyStrike right now.
We are seeing a decent push. He's getting active. He's got his fuel fully engaged. He's got the M8. He's got the Browning automatics. However, the mines are starting to play some kind of toll, and he might not be able to push in just as much as he would like.
Inmate might hit a mine right now, trying to... Oh, some very nice sweeping.
Very nice sweeping, leaving this MG42 exposed. Will it be found out? It is being pushed away on their hard retreat. M8's going to pursue and take some man out.
He might be able to take out that folk squad at least.
No, he couldn't get the kill. That is a shame for him.
Sturstov is a map that has a lot of resources, both munitions and fuel-wise, so you're always very paranoid about the mines your opponent might have placed.
Time sync 11 minutes, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds.
Yes.
Good man. M8's doing some
Perfect.
decent work so far. It's only gotten 1 kill though, but the decent work I'm referring to is it's been able to keep the eastern side for the US player and push away that pesky MG.
It's something that happened to me when I played, where NoLuckyStrike managed to get out his Puma and I didn't have any proper vehicles to counter it. He took out my M8, so I had to spam some Rangers as a last resort.
Dear God,
That only works 5%.
Have you seen this, what he's done in base, by the way? That's asking for a firestorm, that is. He's got a retreat path that maps everything into a very small sector of space. That could be pretty dangerous. But we just don't see that level of aggression in terms of base rushing and you know, reconnaissance in CoH1 at the moment, it would seem.
But we won't see a firestorm, though, because Nogano has chosen defensive doctrine.
I just saw that. He's chosen defensive, and he's getting the very notorious med bunker with upgrades. It's going to be very...
For the fatherland pups, he's revealed his hand.
For the fatherland! Indeed. And there you go. Those little SIG runes over the players' heads there indicate that, of course, they have incredible defensive buffs right now.
Med bunker is up. We're going to see the zombie grenadiers soon.
We have finally found a NoLuckyStrike fan in chat. He says, "Go Lucky go, defeat the Russian devil." I would think that Nagano is slightly more popular, but NoLuckyStrike's been a big... Used to be a streamer, I remember, in CoH1's early days. And he did stream a lot. He did have a fan base at one time.
AT gun has just been built, and he still hasn't chosen a doctrine.
No doctrine chosen as of yet, but he does have the majority of the map, it must be said.
The NoLuckyStrike has played really well so far.
He has. It's difficult.
It's his kind of defensive flow style that he used against me, where he just takes it slow, wants to play his game, and now we'll see if it'll work.
MH had a little ponder in there. It's gotten a cheeky few shots in.
Oh,
what have you seen?
A Schutzwagen.
A Geschutzwagen! The most difficult of units. This big rhinoceros cannon is very highly flankable, and it might be finding the M8 though.
Bad memories.
It really does. M8's in a difficult territory. It's just lost 40% of its health in one shot.
He's not pursuing.
He isn't.
But he did manage to save his Pioneer squad with a Geschutzwagen.
Pioneers are eternally grateful for the Geschutzwagen. It's the first time somebody has been grateful for Geschutzwagen in the history of CoH1, it would seem.
When the Geschutzwagen first came out, it was one of the most overpowered units in the history of the game.
Was it really?
I think, yeah, it did 50% more damage than it does now.
I can't believe that Relic would ever release DLC that would be overpowered. That is a lie. You are lying to us, Aimstrong.
Look at the med bunker. We have our first zombie grenadier squad.
Hey!
Brains.
Brains. Indeed. Schutzwagen Geschutzing over there. Elsewhere in the east, we got the M8, possibly about to lay an M8, who knows?
Oh,
ooh, destroyed engine,
Puma,
the rarest
engine.
of.
AT gun following up. It's gonna be in its line of sight soon.
Very soon. Let's get a little bit of that fog of war on, and have a look at NoLuckyStrike's perspective. There you go. He can of course see the Puma. He's got the men in the garrison. And this is CoH1. I'm casting it as though it's CoH2. I only just realised that. The AT gun has gotten the kill. There you go.
Puma down, yeah. And we've got infantry doctrine chosen here.
Good thing is that the Schutzwagen got a shot through the buildings there. Managed to damage the M8. It's going in for the kill, Aimstrong. Will he be able to get it?
Ooh, it's going to be... nah. Oh, he might push up now. It has such a slow rate of fire, the Schutzwagen. I think it takes like 6 seconds.
Oh, he tried to get the Faust off, couldn't quite get it. A mine here is going to trigger. Going to pin all these French grenadiers in no time.
Forces are taking casualties.
The Schutzwagen, he might... Oh my god, the M8 might go down here.
Oh, we've had a mine. We've about to have the first shot of the howitzer. We've got a mass retreat in. What's he doing with this grenadier? Oh, dear God. That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate.
Perfect shot from NoLuckyStrike. Yeah, he's rebuilding his AT gun. I have a bad feeling right now for NoLuckyStrike though, because if Nogano can set up a flag 88, then he'll be able to snipe the AT guns.
We have a question from Ami in chat for you, Aimstrong. Of course, Ami was a big proponent of the original Big 3 maps, the Amsang Lang or Lang Sam An, whatever you want to call them. Why is Stursdorf so much played in this tournament? Why aren't players vetoing it?
I'm thinking that Langre is a Wehrmacht favorite map, so people want to avoid that. And then there's Senoir, which everybody plays. So if people want something other than Senoir, they'll choose Stursdorf or Ango. And the thing with Angoville is that that map is pretty difficult to play. I remember back in the day, some of us top players, we had so much theory crafting about actually going for the right side. We started on the side.
And then it was...
I think I spent 2 hours in an evening with Tommy and Malum.
Malum was the guy I was about to say. Yeah, it was his strat. He got the name anyway. It was never the Tommy, Aimstrong and Malum strat, was it?
No, but I developed it with him, and he eventually settled on going the Pioneer, going for
Oh, M8's about to go down to the Schutzwagen. Will it get the kill in?
Nah, he'll make it out.
Oh, we've had the on-map howitzer.
First shots here. It's on map. Yep. Second tool now out here. NoLuckyStrike is slowly getting beaten back here. He desperately needs some that howitzer to make some work, or a weapon support center right now.
Damaged engine on the Schutzwagen, no follow-up seemingly. The AT gun is not in sight right now.
It's way too far away, yeah.
Been a decent game so far, hasn't it, Simon? We're enjoying this.
It has, and I'll be interesting to see the follow-up we'll have right now, because it could go either way.
The barred-up rifles are taken into effect. Here comes the medic to try and rescue one of these casualties. Are we still on just the 2 zombie grens? Or no, we must have. Yeah, we've had 2 by now.
Sniper's out.
He is out. He's on control group 1. Keep an eye on for him, Simon. Although we, of course, are not going to be seeing any counter snipes, but you never know with these bars. They could flank him.
Bars or the howitzer.
We've had
the most efficient counter sniper in the game.
We've had some interesting tidbits of information about World War II true facts in chat. Geschutzwagen means gun wagon. This is incredible. We've had this new news. We've broken it here today on
AG gun might go down here in the middle.
That is brutal.
What the luck?
That is unfortunate. We've had a full MG die.
I think the Puma gets an extra harsh penalty for firing on the move, so that was some bad luck for NoLuckyStrike.
So NoLuckyStrike has the artillery. Nogano has the defensive setup. Who are we favouring right now on the tail of the tape there, Aimstrong?
I'm favouring Nogano right now because Stuttgart is such an open map that the Flag 88s, they have a really good range here. And since the bunkers are so hard to take down, he could just put a Flag 88 next to the one in the south, and then it definitely isn't going down to anything other than artillery.
An Aimstrong-esque movement here with the Flamers and the bars pushing in.
Flamers bar pushing. Will he play like me? Will he slow retreat right now from the...
No!
That's Aimstrong, the Aimstrong play. You saw it here, ladies and gentlemen.
But the good thing of it is about an engineer with a flamethrower, Aimstrong. You can always rebuild one.
You can always rebuild. And just for the viewers, when I played against NoLuckyStrike, one of my first moves as the Americans was getting 2 flamers on my engineers and then losing them right after. It's not a very good strategy.
No. We must have Sticky's teched. He's certainly pushing around this Geschutzwagen or making him think he's been teched. On map firing.
The two on the Wehrmacht infantry. Off map firing now on the MG. He's backing up, retreating.
Not much left of this building. We can actually cast from within this building now. Oh no, we can't. It's now destroyed.
They, never mind.
Oh, snipers possibly going down. Bars have found him out in the open. Nagano, what are you doing? He's also 8.
Whoa.
He popped for the fatherland. Then he blocked it with a Puma. Highly unconventional.
I think he got saved by that for the fatherland because it gives a plain damage reduction buff. So that was some quick thinking by Nagano there.
Thank you for the host, B-Sky. Everybody tuning in. You, of course, watching Game 1 of Nagano versus NoLuckyStrike on Stursdorf. Co will never die 3. We're having a great time. We just saw an expert click of the For the Fatherland button to save the sniper's life. Very exciting stuff.
The most important click you'll see in this series, I bet.
Seemingly so.
But we do have grenades upgraded here from NoLuckyStrike, so maybe we'll see some more efficient clicks.
Engineers recapturing the eastern fuel. Wehrmacht have had double fuel for a while now.
Yeah, he's a bit short on fuel over here. NoLuckyStrike is
constantly peppering the battlefield with these huge howitzer barrels. Jesus Christ! Right next to the med bunker, though. It won't matter. They'll all be reclaimed.
Nah, they won't be reclaimed if they get blown to bits.
Oh, really? Fair enough. There's somebody there, surely.
I know the Germans had nice technology, but
my bad. We have got Aimstrong here to correct my noobism. Here's an interesting blob by NoLuckyStrike, pushing away the grenadier. Geschutzwagen watching.
Oh, registered artillery here would be very, very naughty.
Oh, it'd be lovely. Lovely to see if we saw that. Geschutzwagen's found the M8. What's he doing? And the Puma finished it off. There you go.
Too much to micro. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Nogano's efficient killer instinct. You saw his micro.
Oh, double sticky.
Double sticky. It might go down here.
Oh!
Yep. And veteran to 2 on those riflemen.
Nice. This sniper that's lived through so much terror is still firing 8 kills into the game. Infantry.
But he might be in over his head right now. Infantry moving up.
Of course. Uses that Protoss ability to cloak. He's getting out of there for the fatherland. Also is popped. This Puma's watching over, but he didn't want to risk it against the bars.
They won't get him.
Won't get it. Aimstrong knows it.
But that might have been another for the fatherland save.
AT gun's been found out in the open.
Has gone down.
Bunker's gone down thanks to the artillery. AT gun is now being covered for by the barred rifle. It's been decrewed, just to cost of manpower. I'm not sure if the grenadiers. Oh, nice!
The Puma
nice grenade there. Barred rifle is in difficult territory. Where's the Puma? Needs to help out here.
Looks like we might have a rifleman going down. Yep.
Where's the? He's got a 3-man squad. Will he try and steal the AT gun? What would you do here, Aimstrong?
He's gonna park his Puma there and then have the Geschutzwagen in the back.
Nice.
Observation
This
post
could be
report
game, to be
we are
honest. If he
losing sector.
protects this AT gun from being capped, he could really make this work.
It could be a checkmate here. Yeah.
It is very much a strategical, as Aimstrong says it, checkmate, because he's going to keep filtering into this sector of the map, into the oncoming gaze of the G43 rifle, the Geschutzwagen, the Puma, and the Grenadiers spilling onto the battlefield. He has been able to take it. Surely the sniper's going to fire very shortly. Oh no, he's recaptured it. There you go.
A nice save by NoLuckyStrike there, because that was a really dangerous situation. But we are seeing a lot of the territory shift over to Nogano.
We are. We're also...
He must have quite a sizable army right now with all those zombies.
He does indeed. I'm just going to go change from blue to red, so if you can...
Yeah, he has two
Go on.
Grenadier squads. 105 shooting here. Middle victory point.
So, sending plumes of dust into the sky. How beautiful.
Not a single kill.
well, the plumes were beautiful. We got...
I'm expecting a GG very soon, because Nogano has rocket artillery selected and he's lacking 10 munitions, and then he could just... the bike has been built, the bike is gonna spot now for the 105, and we're gonna see the rocket artillery.
Oh yes, here we go. The BMW is on a kamikaze mission. I will use the BMW as a camera platform momentarily. Let's see if the sniper lives through this bar assault. Seems to live
It
through.
will.
Bike's still going
Craftsman
forwards. He's looking to see if there's a mine here. There is no mine.
No,
He's gone
no
on the
mines.
edge. He's still going. The bike's going for it. Aimstrong, tell us what he sees.
Oh, he's seeing a big 105 Yankee artillery gun that's about to get pummeled to dust.
Pummel to dust. There you go. And you can see it.
AT gun going down as well. AT gun has been destroyed, or has been conquered by Nogano right now.
Decrewed indeed. The Schutzwagen and Puma coming in for the kill. Both
We see the
Pumas.
checkmate moment.
Oh, there you go. It was just a momentary attack earlier on because Nogano has redeployed his strategies. He's re-energized his forces, and he is in a commanding position right now on the industrial hotbed of Stursdorf.
And a fun note, I don't know if it's a true World War II history, but it says in the map description that Stursdorf is a place where the tigers are made.
There you go. We won't be seeing any tigers today, but perhaps the real tiger is the Siberian tiger Nogano, who looks like on course to claim a first 1-0 victory in this best-of-5 series. Now, this would be really cool if we segued into the next game, but unfortunately we have to watch the rest of the game.
Yeah. Well, I will say that right now, NoLuckyStrike can only cross his fingers for insane off-map combat groups.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the most insane off-map group you can get. Two, like, is it 2 M10s? Possibly. You can get 2 M10s, I'm pretty sure. Like, very rarely.
It's two M10s and 2 M8s.
What?
And I have had that. I have had 2 such caliber of my combat groups in a tournament, and it's saved my ass in the best out of 3.
That is just RNG at its most ferocious. Geschutzwagen getting rushed by an M8 here. What is this M8? Is this an M8 packed with explosive? What's it doing? It's dawdling.
He's going all in here. He might want to replace an M8 mine at the back of the Geschutzwagen. He's actually damaged it quite a bit.
He has so
But
far.
he has nowhere to flank. He has nowhere to flank on that hill.
Schutzwagen's crew is very drunk at the moment. He's left himself exposed. We've also got the barred rifles plugging in.
yes.
All 4 of them pushing in. The Grenadiers are next to the
Nades
bunker.
right now in the med bunker.
Oh, what nades!
might be
Nuclear
medic
pineapples! Jesus Christ!
Oi!
If he shoots the medics, he needs to keep shooting the medics. What an assault!
Oh, the medic. He hasn't noticed it. Geschutzwagen goes sample with Sea Grenadier Squad right now at the med bunker.
There you go. Knights of the Living Dead. The Grenadiers are in full assault. But Hero Bike. Veterancy 2, Mike. Oh, nice grenade from the Grenadier. Obviously not as powerful as the pineapple grenade of the rifleman, but still does the job.
But it's enough to keep him away. And another zombie Grenadier right
Oh, all those wins. If he'd only shot the medics. Aimstrong, if he'd only shot the medics.
Yeah, if only shot the doctor, shoot the medics. Shoot the nurses.
You're
Get them out of here.
you're a medic, aren't you? I think you're taking this to heart too much. Oh, what an off-map combat group! Holy shit! That's like General Patton suddenly arriving on the battlefield.
M18, M8, and 2 riflemen. Yep, that's good.
That
But if you compare it to the 2 more or less free grenadier squads, then the balance of power hasn't shifted.
one thing we've got to be mindful of, by the way, the Americans have slipped to 81 victory points, no lucky strikes, leaving it to be very late in this game to control those bad boys.
For the fatherland being used here in the middle. Grenades being thrown.
The rifles have dropped, a lot of models there, they're in a difficult territory, the onslaught of the Wehrmacht is strong.
Tier 2 being built from Nagano. For a pack, obviously.
Puma's been found out by the Hellcats. Fastest tank in World War II's in pursuit.
Veteran Tier 2 saving the Puma so far. Geschützwagen now. We might see the bike block it. Maybe he'll block it with the bike.
There we go. We've seen the Puma die. We've seen the bunker be destroyed by the M8s. We really need to see some Fausts from Nagano to rescue this situation. Hero bike out of control.
It's looking dire for NoLuckyStrike. He just lost both his M8s.
What a fierce battle we've seen. The Schutzwalken just had a duck shooting contest, seemingly, down that alley. And to be honest, I really do think NoLuckyStrike could have implemented his push more effectively. He was successful in the aggression in the first phase, but he did not solidify or fortify this onslaught. And he's been left now wanting.
M8 now on the warpath, trying to take out the sniper on retreat, or maybe even the Geschützwagen.
Schutzwagen's been flanked. He's got to reverse over that fence. He's been saved by the natural fortifications.
No, there's another Geschützwagen.
Oh! Get geschützt.
Rest in peace, Hellcat.
Rest in peace indeed.
No vehicles right now from Nagano. He actually has no decent anti-tank, and the Puma is out.
58 victory points remaining. Nagano's very, very good micro and map presence are able to keep him capping and get that eastern one and keep the bleed going. Can NoLuckyStrike apply a tourniquet?
It depends on the next off-map combat group.
He's rolling the dice. Will he strike lucky?
It's the downward spiral of the infantry commander.
Or the way I like to see it, why Tommy 952 never won a tournament. He was so unlucky with all his call-ins. He had the worst ones of all time. He had like 2 mortars once.
That off-map combat group is the one that makes you pick airborne commander in the following games.
Bard rifle Vet 2 has flanked. This sniper's been able to keep alive 16 kills, doing pretty well.
But the Grenadiers alone could take out that rifleman squad.
They could indeed. As will the sniper if he keeps plucking away. 2 Pumas. Oh, taking out a Vet 2 rifle. He has no chance he survives. Surely. How did he survive that? We'll never know.
But another Vet 2 rifleman squad coming down here.
And another rifle indeed. That was the death of NoLuckyStrike in my mind.
Off-map combat group coming in now, I think. Yeah, now we see it. Ladies and gentlemen, the mortar is gonna use its smoke.
No!
He can actually.
Holy shit, he's got the mortar! This is insane! Oh, the game's over. Let's go back to that weight screen. The weight screen of awesomeness with Aimstrong and myself. And yeah, that was a good first game there, Aimstrong. We're now seeing Nagano take a somewhat predictable first game, if you take the bookies' odds into equation. But NoLuckyStrike had some really good pushes at times.
It worked out really well for him in the early game and the early phases of the mid game, but then he just made some bad pushes against defensive, and that's what happens. the zombies were too much.
They really were. And if we were just to reassess that big push he had, the crazy push with an M8 straight down the nose of the Geschutzwagen. If only he'd killed the medics, maybe that game would have gone differently.
Yeah. The impressive thing about Nogano there was that he only just got the tier 2 building at the end of the game, and still he managed to have 4 Grenadier squads.
Are you loading into the second game, my friend?
Yes.
Good man. I'm going to get myself a whiskey, and then we're going to enjoy this second game with Nogano versus NoLuckyStrike for you. We'll be back in one moment.
That makes 2 of us.
Yes, we'll be back in one moment. Bear with us a second. Thank you. So, and we're back, and we've just seen an excellent first game. I myself have a lovely whiskey, and Coke, what do you have there, Aimstrong?
I have a nice Christmas beer here.
Christmas beer.
My side.
Tell us more.
Ah, yes. Well, the Christmas beer is something we Danes buy every year, and then we instantly regret it, because it's not a very good beer, but you have to buy it. Traditions.
Traditions, indeed.
It's the same with the Easter beer. That one's the worst.
Okay, and we're now going to go straight live into the game. Here we go. We are at 10 seconds, and we're counting down in 3, 2, 1, 10, 11, 12. We are live with Nogano leading 1-0. So I'm going to update the thing here for you guys. 1-0 against NoLuckyStrike. Give us the tale of that first game there, Aimstrong.
We had infantry against defensive doctrine. Ladies and gentlemen, what a surprise. And a valiant attempt to root out Nogano's Wehrmacht here, but in the end it failed.
It did, but it did go forwards and
But
backwards.
it was, we did see some very equal footing from both of them. It was a very close game in the beginning.
Now, you tell me, Aimstrong, what is Nogano going to do differently as USF, in your personal opinion? What do you predict he does differently? My bad.
It doesn't matter, because NoLuckyStrike is going for his wacko Stuart Stall strategy that I was also on the receiving end of, where scroll down to his base. We're seeing 3 pioneers and a bike,
Holy
and I'm expecting 3 bikes. That's what he did against me. So
That is crazy.
Nogano will have to mitigate the cheese, and if he does that, I'm expecting, if the bikes are alive, I'm expecting a motor pool.
Now, you've got to be annoyed if you were the sidecar guy in this bike, because the main guy in the bike just takes all the strangest angles, goes over all the most bumpiest things he can, and even gives him the worst shooting angles through concrete here. It's somehow taking an effect on the engineers, though. It's going through the ground and back out of the ground and hitting the engineers. This is incredible.
After just 200 bullets, the engineer had to lie down. Another bike is out. We're seeing 3 engineers opening from Nogano, so he'll still have some capping power. Ideally, if you go for a bike spam, you'll want to force the American off the map, and that's going to be hard when he has so many units.
Because, as we say, Nogano has gone for 3 engineers, as Aimstrong mentioned, so is going to have a large field presence, one would hope. Here we go, we've got grease guns against the MG43, 34 rather, on the bike. Bike's having to get out of there, seemingly.
I think it's an MG42.
Really?
Mind you.
That's a big thing to have on a bike. I guess, by the way. I sometimes wing it when I can. No, that is an MG42, you're right, yeah. I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm just casting from bikes today, Aimstrong. We're going to use them as a camera platform. And we're going to let them direct the game.
Dude, I can, while you're casting from the bike, I can tell you that Nogano is, without any opposition, taking the western part of the map.
Wow, so that is unheard of for Wehrmacht play. It's usual, sorry, for US play. They're usually in the east, but he's been able to take the west thanks to being that no MG on the field except for the ones on bikes.
When you go these many bikes, you need to have a good day when you play, because there's so much stuff to micro for it to be efficient. And right now, especially when he's up against Nogano, he's one of the players in the history of the game who has the best micro. He's overview, he's able to be everywhere on the map. And he just doesn't care about the bikes right now. If you look at the map that's capped, then
once
they really haven't had any...
my favourite Nogano quote is from XCOM, who was on a 10-loss streak to Nogano in auto match, and called him an autistic fuck, to quote XCOM. And that was just a pure frustration at Nogano destroying him so many times in a row. He is a very, very good player. So to go such a scary strategy, 3 bikes and pioneers against Nogano, takes balls, would you not say, Simon?
Definitely, and I will also shamelessly say that the only person who could stand up to Nogano in the last Company of Heroes 1 tournament is yours truly.
What, me?
So now, yes, we
Sorry. Oh, you mean you? Oh, yeah, God. I was going to say, I'm terrible.
So now we'll see if the beast is unleashed, the Siberian tiger, as you put it. Well, he's playing pretty calmly here. He's not being tilted at all by the bikes.
He's not at all, is he? He's obviously
Pushing here in the middle. If he can use the shot blockers, that push might be worthwhile. Ralphman coming from the north too. With just one MG, he might be able to topple off Nogano. Bass being pushed right now. Surprise Bass. A CoH1 classic.
great pop mid-combat. Bikes trying to mitigate. This mine's been luckily dodged by Nogano, but luck counts for a lot in Company Heroes, and he's getting a lot of it right now. He's taking out the Pioneer. MG's having to retreat. This is NoLuckyStrike getting pushed off the map. He's pushed himself out. He's damaged an engine on a bike.
Damage engine on a bike, yeah. Ralphman coming from the sides right now, from the plus 16 munition point.
God, what a push. That's good from Nogano. Great work there. Getting his barred rifles in perfect positions, keeping them in cover, and putting the CoH down on his opponents.
Sector being captured.
MG coming up from NoLuckyStrike. He was floating 400 munitions.
What? Okay.
No, 400 manpower.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew you meant manpower. Yeah. There's no way you could have that much munitions at this stage of the game.
Perfect stalling from Nogano on the east side right now. Ralphman coming in.
It's not. He's also got the barred rifles on retreat. Perfect retreat path positioning. Right. Holy crap! That is awesome to see.
Infantry squad lost. We have a threat to our victory point.
But something died to a mine there.
The thought was there with the rifleman.
I got so excited for that because he predicted it beautifully.
But the RNG wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Did something die, by the way? I heard a mine go off and then a unit lost. What did we see die there? Any predictions? Maybe this engineer here?
I think maybe a pioneer squad.
No, yeah, he lost an engineer. Nogano lost his engineer. He's rebuilt it now. He's got an engineer just come onto the battlefield. It must have died to a mine. It was definitely unit lost, which is, I think, your units that have been lost.
Yeah, it is.
Look,
one of our units was
annihilated. Oh god, that sends shivers through my spine. Do you know why? Because I heard that 10 times a game when I played.
Yeah.
For you, that was just a tragedy. For me, it was, oh, not again.
I still get the shivers from one of our snipers is KIA.
Oh, that's a brutal one, especially in top level CoH1.
Some very good map control here from Nogano, and he's able to just keep up with the rifleman and the boss because we're just seeing a tier 1 play from NoLuckyStrike.
We are, and it's I would like to say it's working for him, but in terms of fuel control, it's certainly not. And the US player is getting another rifle to make it up to 4 with the BARs, with the global upgrade, of course. And probably a fast M8, would you say?
Yeah, I think he's going to go for a fast M8 now, and it's probably going to work because NoLuckyStrike has a support center now instead of tier 2.
Oh, there you go. So he's gained the snipers out. His a good old.
Basically, Nogano has the insurance with the boss. He has the mid-game staying power already, while NoLuckyStrike has opted for early game advantage with a huge tier 1, especially with the bikes, and it just hasn't paid off.
No.
If this game goes to the mid-game, which it's about to, then he has not
shredding.
Shredding the motorbike.
Are we the same person? Why did we say shredding at the same time? That's have we been watching that much CoH and playing that much CoH? We have the exact same cliche at the exact same time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It did shred it though. Brand new automatics will do that. There you go. A mine's
Pioneer's going down trying to lay a mine. It's looking harsh.
Aimstrong, why didn't that mine detonate then when the rifle went over it? Did you see that?
Because it hasn't been fully built.
Is that not fully built? What the hell? How close
you can't
is
see the build progress.
Sorry. Okay.
I think that's a CoH2 feature actually, that you could see how
Germans are seizing territory.
you could see the progress bar for the buildings. for your opponent,
Oh, okay.
but you can the company first.
He's using a very cool exploit here, of course. He's going to go round this wall, possibly. Finish off these squads. No, the MG is setting up. Now, in terms of map design, Aimstrong, do you like it that sometimes there are exploits in bases that mean you can get into them?
I'm sorry, I just have to say, if Nogano is cruel, he's gonna go infantry for the off-map howitzer and take out the creep barracks as soon as it's
Oh, that is... He's not done it.
And yes, I think now he had to retreat, so he needs the vision for it to work. But I think it's important that there are ways into the base on every map. You need to be able to have that option to punish your opponent or whatever, because as you can see here, the MG alone could prevent the attack. But when it works, then it's one of the most satisfying things to do.
Yes. Destroying your opponents and leaving them in a bloody, blithering mess is one of the most satisfying things you can do. Aimstrong 2017, everybody. We've got off map. Where's this coming down? It's not in base. It's exciting. Nope. Where are we looking here, Aimstrong?
Fuel, plus 16 fuel in the east.
Okay.
Soft retreat from the folks. It didn't work. I think we might be seeing tier 1 to tier 4. Yeah,
Tank depot by Nagano. Nice.
That's a classic Stuartsdorf strategy, because Stuartsdorf is just a map that has all those resources, so you'll see people doing wacky stuff. The same with NoLuckyStrike. He's going for a tier 3. He's going straight to tier 3 right now, with just 46 fuel and plus 10 fuel. I mean, so he has to build a stoop right now.
The Sturmgeschütz! He's going for the Sturmgeschütz!
The Sturmgeschütz! And it's not gonna help him at all against the rifleman.
Oh, indeed.
Cheeky mine being placed here behind the lines. MG has spotted them.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Construction detail. Our work is done here.
Yeah, I spotted them, but there you go. We've of course got infantry. What doctrine do we have for NoLuckyStrike there?
He hasn't selected a doctrine yet.
Does he not? He's waiting. A lot of mines here for the US. These Post Grenadiers are a difficult territory. Here you go. Mine gonna go off. Destroys the squad. Nice.
That really hurts him. The problem is Nogano can't build a new Folks Grenadier squad right now. They're just gonna get torn up to pieces by the riflemen. Tier 3 is finished, and he's going for a Puma.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Up against the M10 slash the Hellcat, probably.
He's kind of doomed himself, though, because he needs the Puma to do anything against the infantry.
He does.
But it's gonna get really outclassed by a proper tank. Blitzkrieg having been selected now.
Okay. So, surely Stug is the best choice, and then maybe get a Stu 42 and just go all... I don't know, I just don't know. I mean, he can't surely go for a Puma and then use Blitz abilities as well. I mean...
I think he's gonna go for a Puma and Stormtroopers with Panzer
okay.
and then he's gonna cross his fingers.
And hope for those lucky RNG shots. We do have the Sherman in the build. It's gonna really put the pressure down. We have massive infantry counter.
And a lot of mines by Nogano in the whole midfield. You can draw a line from the middle of the top corner and down.
Wow, you really can. There you go. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Front shifting.
5, 6 mines in the center. Jesus Christ. Well, across from the west to the middle. And then he's finishing it. It's like the Great Wall of Russia there. He's built it across the entire map.
Supply
Will he
lines are
breach
broken.
this line?
We have territory cut off from supply.
I think you could make a lot of bucks if you managed to it, and this was on the betting side.
Here we go. Terminator Sherman. It's going to disappear, then reappear. What? I didn't have the bug! For the first time ever! I've not had the bug there! That's incredible, Aimstrong. It just rolled out of the factory and didn't disappear. I'm so happy.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 AE.
Incredible. Puma's found
Sherman
the engineer.
Siege.
Sherman go for the anti-infantry upgrade.
Opposition B is in. Troops can now make sticky bombs.
He doesn't even. He can't even afford a panzer strike right now.
Cut off from
So,
supply.
Aimstrong, would you
If
ever, yeah, would you ever go for the Puma upgrade, maybe?
Not in this situation.
Well, he's not going to have many Puma.
The Puma upgrade.
Supply lines
Nah,
are
but
broken.
it'll just get destroyed by the Sherman. He would have to go panzer strikes, and he would have to hope for an edge case that he wanted right now.
Sherman missed. Puma's gotten away.
Enemy unit down.
Some units died in the top VP.
Yes,
Pioneer squad.
rifles got them.
If he has stickies, he might be able to do something naughty. Sherman moving up. The mines haven't been finished at all. They're halfway built.
Nice here. The Sherman's come all the way around the rear. And it's causing all kinds of problems. Destroys a Pioneer.
Another... Oh! But now we're seeing it. We're seeing the savior of the fatherland, Sturmgeschütz, fear the battlefield.
The Sturmgeschütz is on the field! Sherman on the run. Outmatched by the Sturmgeschütz gun. Memes from 2012 for everybody in chat. 5 years
That's it.
ago.
Construction finished.
This game is really fresh.
Yeah, it makes you feel nostalgic.
It does.
Sherman missing again.
It misses a lot. I mean, it's got another chance at this Puma. It's got a mine to watch out for. The Stug surely should be repositioning. No, what the hell is it doing? Will the Sherman get the finishing blow? No, it will not. Wisely removes out of there.
Point is ours. What say we lock it down?
This reminds me of those Command and Conquer, the original Command and Conquer covert operations maps, where they would basically give you these amount of units that NoLuckyStrike has, and then would say, try and win this match. You have no fuel income. You have 3 vehicles.
Yes. Your opponent has 3 mammoth tanks, 7 commandos, and a GDI obelisk of light on the back of a Humvee, because it's covert ops, right? You know? In the
Hellcat coming in now. Will we see the covert operations tactics?
Ooh. Hellcat on the run. Puma's leading the fray. Stug joining in the fight. Hellcat retreating. Here come the board rifles.
The Horde is coming. Sticky's upgraded, but he's out of range. The Sherman is in a perfect flanking position right now, and it's moving.
Board rifles just soaks a lot of pressure. That's unlike Nagano to lose so much manpower so willingly.
Puma going down in 10 seconds is my prediction. No, he's shooting at the MG.
There you go. This is 10 Aimstrong seconds, which can take up to 20 minutes.
Yeah, just you can ask my friends. It's actually not not over. Stu coming out now.
Germans are seizing territory.
I'm not even sure what the
A Stug, a Stu, and a Puma. It's the unholy trinity. He's calling it in.
A Stu. Off map being called in on MG. He's moving.
Yeah, he's got the hell out of there. Little time sink. 18 minutes 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, we're in perfect sync.
Yes, we are, sir. Look at this. The Sherman's clearly outmatched. Wehrmacht forwards.
Shells bouncing off.
A fuel point is being seized.
M18 Hellcat has been repaired, and we're seeing a Goliath right now from NoLuckyStrike.
Goliath. It's the parallelogram shaped miniature tank.
Remote controlled.
Indeed.
Sherman and Hellcat moving in.
Oh, they're moving in. Oh, excellent by the Stug. However, the Stug's going to pay for it with its life thanks to this Sherman. Stu's trying to get the kill on the engineers on retreat. He won't be able to get it, seemingly.
Goliath.
Oh, the Goliath's attacking the Sherman. Pintelmouth finds him out. Finds him out. Goliath taking refuge. Might turn his eyes onto the rifleman, perhaps.
He's trying to hide. It will cloak and cover.
Oh, we might get the engineer here. Goliath damaged engine. Will he get nothing? He gets nothing. You get nothing, Goliath. Hellcat and...
And we just saw a classic Goliath. It works 90% of the time, 5% of the time.
Sherman again going in. This Puma's weakened health. Noganno smells blood. He's like a shark.
Sherman and Hellcat here. There's checkmate potential from Noganno. Will he manage?
Oh, he's got this artillery coming in as well. Sherman dodging fire.
Vorwärts, mein Kameraden!
There you go, the Stug being the Wunderwaffe they need to be, but they're getting countered heavily by the Hellcats.
Will this do take out? No, it won't.
No, it won't. And Noganno sitting pretty, laughing from his Russian castle. Puma about to die also. Okay, grinning face. There you go.
They have 200
being thrown in.
Beautiful camera work.
Our front lines are collapsing.
So I guess you missed a lot of the action if you kept following the bike. You just watched the wreckage.
I didn't stick to my rule of using the bike as a camera work.
Enemy unit
But it is, of course, impressive. It is Noganno dominating. 2-0 up in this game. Let's chalk up the scoreline here.
Well, we don't know if it is over yet.
We don't. It is a best of 5, and we've seen plenty of comebacks in Company of Heroes history, and anything can
I
happen.
hope you're still watching. I hope you're still watching the replay. Volksgrenadier taking out the Sherman right now. Another Goliath.
Regiment has heavy infantry reserves.
Noganno just lost his whole army, eh?
You liar. I was still in the replay. But
Incredible Stug play here.
it is incredible. He's hit to the sticky, destroyed engine. But it's a Stug. They'll be able to still defeat the entire army.
Enemy unit down.
Vet 3 on that Hellcat. Wow. It's 3 tank kills or vehicle kills on that Hellcat.
It's done a pretty good job. It's just a shame that veterancy for the American tanks doesn't really do that much.
Sturm troopers do what Sturm troopers do best, and that's not doing much at all, seemingly.
Draining your manpower.
That's
Being run over. Giving more veterancy away than a grenadier.
Let me use Stormless's transition. There you go, King of the Hill transition. I actually ripped that off his stream and saved it down.
Clever.
Very clever, yes, I am indeed. That's the screen I want. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Let's get straight into that third replay, Aimstrong. Or do you need a wee break?
Nah, let's do it.
Okay, he's raring to go. I'm raring to go.
The hype is real. I'm expecting NoLuckyStrike now to make a comeback.
We do have a change in map. It is a very, very different map. And Army Pilot Siphonk will be pleased to know it is not Stursdorf again. It is one of the original 3 bad boy maps.
And I'm pleased to see that it's not Samoa. So,
well, they now know it's one of 2 maps.
anything can happen.
Anything indeed can happen. We've left a tiny, tiny amount of surprise.
A map that has caused a lot of trouble in Company of Heroes 2.
Indeed.
That no Company of Heroes 2 top player even want to
Well, you
play.
might be on about Senoir or Angerville right now. Nobody... I mean, they did not work in Code 2, it must be said, for true sight reasons mostly. I mean, and also the territory system being crap.
And the houses being fortresses.
Yes, well, snipers can't counter houses in that game. But, I mean, for one good reason, I mean, I like true sight, but for one bad reason, the territory system in Code 2 sucks. It's terrible.
True. I remember on the ice version of Samoa, I landed a glider, and then I couldn't purchase any commanders because it's not a zone, it's not territory.
I kind of remember that.
And you can't even call in another glider because you already have one, so you have to cross fingers that your opponent will take pity or he's stupid and just destroys.
That is awesome. There you go. Are you in the replay, dear good sir?
I am.
Okay, I'll get to my traditional 10 seconds. And now I'm ready to transition with the King of the Hill transition. Thank you, Stormers. Hello, and we are live in 3, 2, 1, 11, 12, 13, with 2-0 up in this best-of-5 final. Nagano in the north as the United States. Who do we have in the south? Aimstrong.
We have NoLuckyStrike as the Wehrmacht, going for the right side of Angleville, I hope.
We will.
Maybe we will see the old martial arts techniques developed by Malum. Can he hold on to the right
all
side?
looking at the west side of this house to see where he puts his...
It looks like he's pushing out. He's splitting.
But you always need to get these territories right next to your base. I mean, it's always a dedicated income, so you can never...
Well, if
Go on.
If you want to go for the ultra sure right side strategy, then he shouldn't even have built the second pioneer. It is all.
What's he doing? He's put the barbed wire too far up, Aimstrong. Is that not too far up? Oh no, hang on. Is it if it's next to that little roof? It's too far up. I'm worried by that.
Yeah,
I think
true,
no, I am right. I know. Yeah, that's too far up. It needs to be in line with that window. I'm pretty sure that first window on that, or just before that window. Then you're secure. But if it's right on that corner, you can get the what is it? It's like teleportation bug or something.
Yeah, you can get the teleportation indeed. Seeing this map brings back a lot of memories. This was also the map that developed the one engineer strategy, where you would just spam riflemen and go to the right fuel point here to make sure that you absolutely would get it.
I could cast 10 games in a row on this map. I would not want to cast 3 games on Stursdorf in a row, because I love this map. It's so easy to cast. I just make little clicks. There's only 2 sides. I always know where the engagements are at any one time. You never miss any of the action on Anganville. TM. I just gave it a different name. I'm a bit drunk. Angerville.
Angle.
Yes, indeed.
3 engineer barracks opening from Nogano. Rifleman on the right side. He's gonna, if he manages to push off NoLuckyStrike now, then NoLuckyStrike is in trouble.
He will be, indeed. We've got this one solitary Volksgrenadier trying to cap this fuel. The rifles are slowly pushing in. It's been a trepidatious start on Angerville, Simon, but it could go badly wrong for either player.
There's a very nice sandbag play there, actually, and pushing off the rifleman squad. Nogano's second field unit is delayed because he went for 3 engineers. But he's managing to push off NoLuckyStrike on the left part, so NoLuckyStrike is going to be gone from there very soon.
Got grease guns versus the MP40s, a tale as old as time, but Nagano's cheating.
A race to the house.
Race to the house.
Nogano might actually be, he might be able to bum rush all of NoLuckyStrike's units right now.
He got into the house. He's preparing to, as Aimstrong calls it, bum rush. He certainly bum rushed the hell out of this Pioneer, forced it back to base.
Third folks now from NoLuckyStrike going to the left part of the map. It could, in theory, be beaten off just by those 2 engineers if he was lucky. Some crazy sandbag play here on the right side. Flamers up. That's a definite win for Nagano.
There you go. Excellent pop of Flamers. He's going to target his engineers now. Pushes them away. Equalises the situation. Who's going to win out now? We've got 2 rifles versus Volksgrenadiers. Sandbags in the advantage, but he has got directional cover advantage. Does Nagano. And he's won out. Elsewhere, we had an engineer lost in the west, seemingly.
The M1 Garand, using its superior capabilities to the Carbiner 98.
Says every Yankee ever. Did you...
NoLuckyStrike in trouble. He hasn't even... he's been cut off from the right side, fuel point, and now he's in the Angleville dilemma, which is even... He has 3 folks, he has an MG, but he wouldn't even have enough fuel to build tier 2, even if he did manage to tech.
There you go. Hashtag Angerville dilemma.
And I know Malum is out there somewhere. Shout out to him. I spoke to him recently. He's become a dad.
Oh.
If he was dead, then he would be shaking in his grave, turning in his grave. But he's not. If he watches this, I'm sure he'll cringe. The Malum technique has been lost to time.
So this map, of course, is the very first map made in the Company Hero series. Quinn Duffy himself claims he had a big part in making it. It was made after a very small part of France that they found on Google Maps and tried to recreate it. They made a diorama of it. And did you know, Aimstrong, this is a little known fact, in the beta of CoH1 they had True Sight working on this map.
Oh, that's
Back in 2005, that is, they had True Sight. Then they realised PCs would actually melt back in those days, so they had to delay it until CoH 2.
Well, the question is, would this map have been anything with True Sight? Because we know how well received it is in Company of Heroes 2.
I like True Sight. I'll argue with you about that one. But there's other ones that we won't argue about, and that's certainly the case. That Noganno is doing damn well in this game, it must be said. Aimstrong, he's controlling both fuels at the moment. He doesn't have them, but he's controlling them.
Perfect play by Noganno so far. He's managed to completely counter NoLuckyStrike. With the motor pool coming up, Tier 2 has just been teched by NoLuckyStrike, and I can't remember if it's 35 fuel or 25 fuel for this Tier 2, but if they made a race right now, then I think that Noganno would be able to get out the Greyhound before a pack was even built.
I love the barbed wire, by the way, by NoLuckyStrike. It is an excellent piece to stop your house being flanked. He's definitely gone full Malum on that one.
Yeah, Angerville, the map known for demolitions. Shout out to Sandland, the king of demolitions.
Oh, I miss Sandland. He was a great guy. I loved casting with him. We did a cast back in like 2011-12 where we just literally hammered. Both of us were just drunk, really drunk, and it was so funny. I'll link it. It was just it was just great.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I always got him confused with you for a while. You're very similar in my mind.
Oh.
Pioneer.
I take offense to
Really? I thought you were a big fanboy.
Definitely. Yeah, but there's only one of me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Thank God. Thank God there's only one of you.
Front shifting.
Oh,
Touché.
What the hell? What happened there?
We still have no proper fuel for NoLuckyStrike. So basically what you're seeing now is that if you split your troops as Wehrmacht on Angerville, then you will end up in this situation where he can't even rush veterans, which Malum, Tommy, and I, and lots of others, we love to do. You know, rush veterans. He can't even do that.
No, of course.
The M8 is out right now.
I mean, Wehrmacht, in my mind, is all about building stability. And if you don't have that Veterancy 1 to give passive healing or Veterancy 2 to give armor, you're not going to have a solid foundation to play. If you try and be too aggressive in the early game against somebody like Noganno, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable as Wehrmacht, and that's exactly what's happened.
Pack isn't being built, and the M8 is out. Maybe we'll see a cheeky mine. Oh, and a shout out to Zephyr. I remember in my younger days, I watched his replay pack, and the hedge on the right side, separating the middle territories, right next to the car, he would destroy that with the pack to have a better MG.
Oh, I loved Zephyr. Do you know the first guide I ever read in the CoH1 series, which actually got me into the community, was his guide on how to play Brits. I mean, they were probably horrifically overpowered at the time, but it was game replays, and, you know, I was a complete noob, and I read his guide, and it was just amazing. It's just like, wow, there's actually people that play this game competitively. That's incredible to me.
Yeah. It's, I remember working up as well from being new to the game, and he was one of the top guys back then as well.
He was, and he actually won. We came in the final of the very first CoH 2 tournament, and do you know who won that tournament? That's right.
Was it you?
It was me. I won that tournament. It was the TFN World Championship. It was me versus Zephyr in the final, and I won. The only tournament I've ever even participated in.
And that's so incredible. And you retired as well.
I did,
after
and
that.
I became a caster.
Then you started casting because you knew you were at your peak.
I was, and I never wanted to try again after that. Amazing. That was a very, very, very in-joke for everybody watching. I will just explain it, because only 3 people will have get it. It was, of course, Aimstrong in the final of that tournament. Never mind, don't worry. I've explained it now. It's not funny. But we do, however, have Noganno in the house.
Pack coming out.
Finally.
Yeah, Pack is on the field, but there's so many shot blockers, it's going to have one hell of a day.
Really is. We've also got another rifle to add to Nogano. I like what he's doing here, Aimstrong. He seems to go 3 rifles at first, cement his legacy. By the way, he just snipped a piece of that barbed wire, if you're wondering how he got into their house. He cements his legacy on the map and then builds a 4th rifle just to double up.
And we're seeing the hedge being destroyed right now. Classic.
It really is. Aimstrong, in some ways, do you wish you'd beaten NoLuckyStrike and this was you in the final? You could relive your glory days.
I will say this: NoLuckyStrike. After you beat me for 4 nights, I woke up in the middle of the night, sweating and shouting your name.
Simon! Simon! What is it, Simon? NoLuckyStrike, where is he?
NoLuckyStrike! NoLuckyStrike! It's basically imagine Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai shouting, "Suck it!"
Okay. Very good.
What I'm expecting now is and we have off-map artillery chosen by Nogano. I think we're gonna see a boom, boom, boom push here with bars having just been popped.
Very good. He's popped bars. He's got the noose is tightening. He's solidifying his position. He's ready to attack.
And even and the amazing thing is Nogano doesn't even have to push right now because he has so much of the map.
Oh! He destroys the MG. Leaves the weapon.
No, it's still there. Pack made it to safety.
M8's giving harassing fire. The board rifle and the engineers are coming in. They're getting suppressed. They want to take that MG. I'm not sure they'll be able to do it.
Yeah, he's farming command points right now because I think he's saving, trying to save command points from on-map outwards.
Coach Grenadier nearly went down. What a push by Nogano. Obviously, he's not gotten a killing blow yet, though, and it must be said, NoLuckyStrike is now doing the wise thing. He's bunkering down on the southeast side of Angerville, and he'll be looking to try and push outwards from there.
A lucky flamer crit here. Yeah, but
only Aimstrong gets that excited for flamer crits.
Yeah, only.
M8's marauding around the map.
Support is now available.
Oh yes, there you go. Gonna start building in base very shortly.
He just needs engineers. Pulling the back. Yes, the on-map howitzer is being built. See, I'm reading Nogano like an open book when I have map hack here. And I'm not playing. So I definitely should have been.
Look at this M8. He's just gotten a squad wipe of the Folks Grenadiers in base.
And Folks, that's huge. Really nice play.
Oh, that is brutal. He got a Grenadier and a Folks Grenadier in base. He's gone for it. Oh, come on, says McEnroe and
we have a Russian smiley.
Russian smiley.
Nogano, he's sitting here with the biggest smile on his face. The 105 is ready.
Is ready.
And it's turning. You have to.
Oh, how do you know I'm already done that? Aimstrong, I'm 2 steps ahead of you, son. I've already zoomed in with a classic, classic zoom. Oh god, that would have been painful if that squad had a bit hit. It does get hit in the end. They nearly walked into it though.
No. That there was a lot of hype with that 105 virgin shot, and it was one of the most depressing.
We've also had howitzer shoots off map called in. MG in the building.
On the house with MG. Will he be able to move
Second
away in time?
Will he retreat and fall into it? On the mine, don't forget. He might lose this MG now. Needs to get out of there, does he? Is he going to stay in? Last shot. Oh, that was so close.
There's one more shot.
No, he's done all 6
okay,
now.
He managed.
MG's pushing in. Vet 2 finishing off the MG with a plum. Retreat bugged, possibly. Pack 38 is facing. Can't get the shot off. Board rifle putting the pressure down. There you go.
Looking really, really grim. Well, NoLuckyStrike right now. He doesn't have anywhere near the amount of troops that Nogano has. Pack being stolen. He might make it.
GG, well orchestrated.
The towel has been there.
Oh, what a...
Congratulations to Nogano. Well played here in this series.
Here ends the series.
And no lucky strike for making it this far.
And thank you, everybody, for playing. I'll very, very quickly bring up the brackets just so you can appreciate just how many people played in this tournament. I mean, it is CoH1, it's 11 years old, and it is amazing to see people playing in this tournament, this game still, and at a competitive level. So thank you for everybody that did play. And thank you, everybody, for watching today. It's been fun casting with the gentleman, Aimstrong. It always is fun.
It's been a pleasure indeed to cast with me.
It has indeed. And any closing words for your adoring fans out there, Aimstrong?
I want to make a shout out to Jeep, who has learned a lot in life because of me, and I hope that he is happy with where he is in his life. And I'm saying this with a tear down my cheek.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I would like to shout out Pen13 Posterunku. What the fuck, the end. Yes, sir, it is the end. Nogano won 3-0 in this best of 5 series. He is your champion. And he walks away with over $200 in prize money. And it was a very enjoyable foray into casting this series. Me and Aimstrong enjoyed it. We thank you for watching. I'll upload it to YouTube if you missed it. It'll be on there by the end of tonight. Thank you and goodbye.